Good evening. I'm Petty Officer Engle with the United States Coast Guard. First of all, I would just like to say thank you for letting me come take the time to speak to you all about what the Coast Guard is about, what the Coast Guard has to offer, my experience in the Coast Guard, and how serving in the Coast Guard can enhance one's personal and professional careers. First off, we're a law enforcement agency just like you guys, law enforcement officers. So I just want to say thank you for what you guys do. Understand the time demand that it takes, to do these things. My experience in the Coast Guard, being law enforcement, is I was attached to a 270 cutter out of Portsmouth, Virginia. Now, for our mission, we do counter drug and counter migrants. The counter drug mission, similar to what you guys do, however, it's on the high seas. We do work with different interagencies, different nations, local governments, and Jaya the South, and that is usually its mission in itself. And then you have the migrant mission, which is focused on human smuggling and counter migration. My experience being underway, I love it. I'm sure you all have friends in the police force that you guys will be best friends till you die. Same thing for me. I've made friends of a lifetime, and I'll always be thankful for the opportunities that have presented themselves being attached to the cutter. I will always be thankful for the experiences in traveling the world, and you can't really beat those times that you have with your best buds. I will say underway, it's very demanding, but it's very rewarding. Similarly to being a police officer, it shows you the realities of the world. Being a law enforcement officer, you guys are positioned to be super successful in the Coast Guard. You guys have training experience that transfers over to the Coast Guard that we use as well. We have our techniques and tactics, and you guys have yours, but however, they mesh really well together. You get OC sprayed, like you guys have probably got OC sprayed, so you guys wouldn't have to redo that unless you wanted to. We all know how that goes. And then underway, we drill heavily on whether it be firefighting, everyone's a firefighter, and basically security. So if we do get migrants or high value targets, you have to know the difference between a detainee and a migrant. So underway, very high paced tempo, and you really get to see a lot, do a lot. The Coast Guard is one big family. We take home life very serious as well. I know the police force, you guys have very demanding jobs, and you want to see your family, enjoy time with the family. With the Coast Guard, we pride ourselves in trying to balancing that home work life. The Coast Guard also has many benefits to it. Education being one. Education we take very seriously in the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard, we want our members to excel in their personal and professional goals. We offer six college classes a year, up to six, or $4,500, where you could use these TA classes. You apply to a university and you can put them towards college credits that go towards a degree. Now, if you do not use those TA classes, then they don't transfer to the next year. However, it would be in your best interest to use them because they can really prevent you from taking away from your 9/11 bill that you would receive if you do a certain amount of time. The post 9/11 bill is another benefit where you get to up to 36 months of college benefits to get a degree once you are out of the Coast Guard or if you are in the Coast Guard. A great thing about that is most colleges are very military friendly, whether it be veteran status or active duty status. The process is very simple. We have education service officers who work with you step by step on understanding how to use your TA or post 9/11 bill, how to effectively work with your command on doing that with demanding workload, and helping you understand the additional benefits that come with that. Another way we have training is we have a thing called CG Cool. CG Cool offers military members, active or reserve, to enroll in programs that you can put towards receiving certifications, professional certifications. And they're in all types of things. We have our own platform for CG Cool. Now, CG Cool allows members to go in and look at different types of professional certifications, whether that be mechanical, law enforcement, cyber, environmental. There's just a myriad of them. And you can choose them, and you can use a certain amount of funding a year to put towards those certifications. Those are just two great education benefits that the Coast Guard has to offer, besides the fact that we have a ton of professional training that we do. We do leadership schools, and they can be with joint agencies or Coast Guard. These schools help one understand how to lead and how to be an effective team member. And this would go very well with law enforcement, obviously, because you guys work together a lot. We pride ourselves in working together as a team, just like you guys. And these classes do a great job at helping one, get the mission done with your teammates. Another thing we have is we have C schools. C schools are specialized schools that help advance one's rating or specialty. So first, you're a Coast Guardsman. Everyone's a Coast Guardsman, and then you have your specialty, which is your rating. Now, just because you guys are law enforcement officers does not mean if you wanted to come in reserve or active, depending on what you want to do, that you have to just go be a maritime law enforcement specialist. If you want to explore different avenues, we have those for you. We have all types from cooking, aviation, cyber, environmental protection to law enforcement. The beautiful thing about the Coast Guard is there's so many different jobs, and just because you're in one rate doesn't mean you don't get to see what these other rates do. You work very closely with different rates. So those are available to you as well. The C schools, basically, they enhance one's skills in those rates. And they can be anywhere from a week to multiple months long, but you can also receive college credits for those as well. And those can transfer towards a degree such as cyber, law enforcement, criminal justice, environmental programs as well. So I just want to say thank you for letting me speak to you guys today. I'll stick around if you have any questions and give you my contact information. And I look forward to speaking to any of you with concerns or questions you may have. Thanks.